A new interstellar object is racing through our solar system.
Check whether each and every object that arrives into the inner solar system is just a rock, icy rock, or maybe a technological gadget.
A 7-mile-wide giant from the dark between the stars is hurtling through our solar system, and it seems to be hiding a terrifying secret. NASA confirmed 3I/ATLAS is packed with ancient water and the building blocks of life, but its journey is what's causing alarm. They tasked a Google quantum AI with making sense of its strange, looping path, and the computer flagged something that defied all logic. The object's orbit seems deliberately designed to visit our planets while conveniently hiding from our best telescopes at the most crucial moment. The AI's analysis left scientists speechless, facing one chilling question: who sent it? A path that defies chance. It's funny when you think about it. For decades, we've been staring out into the cosmos, listening for a signal, a whisper from the great beyond. We were always looking for a sound, a radio wave. We never expected the message to arrive as a 7-mile-wide chunk of rock and ice, moving with a purpose that seems to defy all logic. This is the story of 3I/ATLAS, the third confirmed interstellar object to visit our solar system, and it's a story that gets stranger and, frankly, more unsettling with every new piece of data. Discovered by the incredible Vera C. Rubin Observatory, 3I/ATLAS immediately stood out from the crowd. Its sheer size is mind-boggling. To put it in perspective, the famous first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, was about 0.2 of a mile long. The second one, Borisov, was around 0.6 of a mile wide. 3I/ATLAS is a whopping 7 miles wide, making it an absolute giant, dwarfing everything that has come before. That's nearly the size of the asteroid that changed life on Earth forever. It's hurtling toward our sun at nearly 130,000 miles per hour, a speed so immense that our sun's gravity can't possibly capture it. This visitor is just passing through, a tourist on a cosmic road trip. Using NASA's infrared telescope facility, scientists got their first good look at what it's made of, and the results were incredible. The snapshots revealed it's teeming with water ice, carbon-rich minerals, and silicates. This wasn't just any water, it was chemically pristine. Models suggest this water could have frozen onto the object as far back as 7 billion years ago, long before our own planet or even our sun existed. It's literally a piece of another solar system's nursery, a fossil from a time before time, carrying the raw ingredients for life across the galaxy. But it's not the object's composition that has scientists losing sleep. It's the path it's taking. This is where things get really, really weird. The trajectory is unlikely, to say the least. It's perfectly aligned with the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where all our planets orbit the sun. The odds of a random object from another star just happening to fall into that same flat plane are already razor thin. But it gets worse. As NASA scientists plotted its course, they noticed it was going to make incredibly close passes by several planets in a way that looks like a highlight reel of our solar system. On October 3rd, 2025, it will fly a mere 18 million miles from Mars. Later, on March 16th, 2026, it will pass just 33 million miles above Jupiter's magnificent clouds. The chances of all these alignments happening naturally are astronomically low, a statistical long shot with a probability of less than 0.2%. When the initial calculations seemed too strange to be true, NASA decided to bring in the big guns. They fed terabytes of tracking data from Atlas into one of Google's most sophisticated quantum artificial intelligence systems. They wanted the AI to run millions of simulations, to check their math, to find a natural origin for this bizarre path. The results that came back are what truly shocked everyone. The Google AI confirmed the odds were even worse than they thought. It calculated there was less than a 1 in 20,000 chance for an interstellar object to have a trajectory that so closely hugs the inner planets. Get this, it's a flight path that looks less like a random tumble through space and more like a guided tour. Even more unsettling, the AI highlighted the object's timing. It's scheduled to reach its closest point to the Sun on October 29th, 2025. On that exact day, Earth will be on the complete opposite side of the Sun, hiding the object in our star's blinding glare and preventing our best telescopes from getting a clear look. It's a coincidence that feels chillingly convenient, almost like a deliberate move in a cosmic chess game. The AI didn't just crunch numbers. It flagged an anomaly, a pattern so unlikely it practically screamed design. The question was no longer if the path was strange, but why? Could this be a cosmic coincidence, or was it a deliberately placed needle in a haystack? A Harvard professor's chilling warning. When something in space doesn't make sense, one name inevitably comes up: Avi Loeb. He's the straight-talking professor of astrophysics from Harvard who famously suggested that our first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, might have been an alien spacecraft. He faced a lot of heat for it, but he stood his ground. Now, with the arrival of 3I/ATLAS and the AI's shocking analysis of its trajectory, he's back. And his new theory is even more chilling. In a groundbreaking paper co-authored with his colleagues, Loeb lays out a disturbing case. He argues that the object's massive 7-mile-wide frame isn't just a natural feature, it could be camouflage. Think about it. A body that large, covered in ordinary rock and ice, could easily conceal sophisticated instruments. It could be a technological core hidden beneath a veneer of a regular comet. It's the perfect Trojan horse, a way to enter a system without raising any alarms. No one suspects a big, dumb rock.
Loeb then connects this to the dark forest hypothesis. It's a terrifying concept in cosmology that suggests advanced civilizations actively hide from each other out of fear. The theory goes like this. The universe is like a dark forest at night. It's full of silent hunters. You don't know who is friendly and who is a predator. So, the first rule of survival is to never, ever reveal your position. Announcing your presence is a potential invitation for your own elimination. In this scary scenario, 3I/ATLAS wouldn't be a friendly greeting card. It would be a disguised probe, a silent scout sent to passively map our solar system, to eavesdrop on our electronic signals, without ever revealing its true nature.
Its behavior fits the profile perfectly. The object's unusually high speed and its nearly retrograde inclination, meaning it's traveling against the general flow of traffic in our solar system, are pointed to as possible engineering choices, not cosmic coincidences. Why travel against the grain unless you have a specific destination in mind and want the most efficient path to observe everything? And then there's that improbable planetary tour. According to Loeb, the fact that its path swings so close to Mars and Jupiter is a massive red flag. He points out that while the chances are 1 in 20,000 for this to happen randomly, it's a 100% certainty if it was planned. It's the most efficient way to gather data on multiple worlds in a single pass. It's also incredibly suspicious that its closest approach to the Sun will hide it from Earth's view. This could be a deliberate maneuver, shielding the object and any smaller devices it might deploy towards Earth from our direct observation at a crucial moment. But here's the part that will really make the hair on your arms stand up. Loeb calculated that, given its speed, 3I/ATLAS would have first entered the outer edges of our solar system about 8,000 years ago. The thing is, that's almost exactly the same time that humans on Earth first developed writing and began to formally record their own history. He doesn't say what that timing might mean, but the implication hangs heavy in the air. Was its arrival timed? Did it wait until it knew someone was home and was advanced enough to leave a record? To understand why he's so suspicious, you have to look back at the first visitor.
An object that broke all the rules.
The detection of 3I/ATLAS, in a strange way, makes our first interstellar visitor, Oumuamua, seem even more alien than it did before. It's because while Atlas seems to be following some of the rules of being a comet, Oumuamua broke every single one of them. Back on October 19, 2017, astronomers in Hawaii spotted a faint streak of light moving faster than any space rock should. It was officially named Oumuamua, Hawaiian for scout. They only had about 40 days to study it before it vanished forever, and everything they found was just bizarre.
First, its shape. Based on how its brightness fluctuated wildly every 7.3 hours, scientists concluded it had an extreme shape, at least 10 times longer than it was wide. Imagine something shaped like a cosmic cigar, or maybe a completely flat pancake-like object, tumbling end over end through space. No known natural process in the universe creates objects that look like that. Comets and asteroids are lumpy, potato-shaped things. This was different. This was sleek. But the biggest shocker was yet to come. As it flew past the sun, Oumuamua accelerated. It got a tiny but clearly measurable nudge of extra speed that wasn't caused by gravity. Normally, that push comes from outgassing. When a comet gets close to the sun, its ice turns to gas and shoots out like a rocket jet, pushing it forward and creating a visible tail. But here's the problem. Every telescope that looked at Oumuamua saw a perfectly clean trail. No dust, no gas, no coma, no tail, nothing. It was accelerating without any visible means of propulsion. This is the absolute core of the mystery. Solar radiation pressure, the gentle push from sunlight itself, was far too weak to give it that nudge. Unless the object was incredibly thin, like a sheet of paper with a huge surface area and very little mass. That sounds a lot less like a rock and a lot more like a solar sail, a piece of advanced technology designed to ride on starlight. NASA even pointed its Spitzer space telescope at the object, hoping to detect a heat signature. It found nothing, just silence. In fact, Spitzer's data only deepened the mystery, revealing Oumuamua's surface was at least 10 times more reflective than a typical comet, suggesting it could even be made of polished metal. This is what led Avi Loeb to propose his light sail theory. Other scientists, trying to find a natural cause, came up with the dark comet theory. They suggested Oumuamua could be a chunk of solid hydrogen ice. As it neared the sun, the hydrogen would boil off as an invisible gas, providing thrust without any visible trail. It's a neat theory, but Loeb remains unconvinced, arguing the physics for a hydrogen iceberg just don't add up. And now, along comes 3I/ATLAS. It's big, it's icy, and it seems to have a coma and a tail. It's behaving much more like a normal comet. And you know what? That's exactly what makes Oumuamua so much weirder in hindsight. If interstellar visitors are supposed to look like Atlas, then what in the world was Oumuamua? The new data makes the Scout seem less like a fluke and more like something else entirely. It sharpens the question. Was one a natural object and the other something artificial? We're getting two completely different pictures of what's out there in the dark, a universe of anomalies. Let's zoom out for a second. The story of 3I/ATLAS and Oumuamua doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens against the backdrop of a universe so vast it's almost impossible to comprehend. Our Milky Way galaxy has up to 400 billion stars, and our galaxy is just one of an estimated 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. That's 2 trillion galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars, and most of those stars probably have planets. The numbers are just staggering. To think we are the only intelligent life to ever arise in all of that seems, well, a little arrogant, doesn't it? For decades, people have been searching for evidence, and every now and then, we find anomalies that just don't quite fit. Remember the WOW signal in 1977? A radio telescope picked up a powerful narrow-band signal that lasted for 72 seconds and came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It was so perfect, so unlike any natural signal, that the astronomer on duty just wrote, "Wow," on the printout. It has never been detected again. Or what about Tabby's star? A star that dims and brightens in a bizarre, non-periodic way that defies explanation. Some have speculated it could be an alien megastructure, a giant swarm of solar collectors, periodically blocking the starlight. Online communities of stargazers and theorists connect these dots. They look at objects like 3I/ATLAS not as isolated incidents, but as part of a growing body of evidence. The theories get pretty wild. Some believe our solar system is just one stop on a galactic highway, with probes and ships passing through all the time, most of them too small or too stealthy for us to notice. Others talk about the zoo hypothesis, the idea that advanced aliens are watching us from a distance, like we watch animals in a nature preserve, careful not to interfere with our natural development. In that context, Oumuamua could have been a malfunctioning drone that flew too close, and 3I/ATLAS could be a more sophisticated, better camouflaged probe sent to check things out. The scale of possibilities is enormous. We're used to thinking about life on other planets, but what about life from other galaxies? A civilization in our own Milky Way that's 1,000,000 years older than us would be like gods. But what about a civilization from the Andromeda Galaxy that's 1,000,000,000 years older? Their technology would be indistinguishable from magic. They might not even travel in ships, but manipulate space-time itself. They could be sending probes that are not mechanical but biological, or something we can't even imagine. The truth is, we are cosmic infants, just now opening our eyes and looking around the room. We don't even know what to look for.
So when these impossible objects appear, are we just seeing cosmic flukes? Trusting the math.
So, here we are, left with two visitors from the void and two wildly different stories. On one hand, you have 3I/ATLAS, a 7-mile wide giant on a statistically impossible grand tour of our solar system, a path so precise that powerful AI flagged it as potentially designed. On the other hand, you have the ghost of Oumuamua, a bizarrely shaped, metallic-looking object that accelerated for no reason, behaving more like a piece of technology than a rock from space. One looks like a comet, but acts like a probe. The other didn't look like a comet and didn't act like one either. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? When things like this happen, we are told to trust the simplest explanation, that it's all just a coincidence, that 3I/ATLAS is just a normal comet on a lucky path, and Oumuamua was just a strange but natural dark comet. And maybe that's true. It's certainly the most comfortable answer. But what if it's not? The thing is, these aren't small, fuzzy details we're talking about. A 1 in 20,000 trajectory isn't just a lucky shot. It's a cosmic bullseye. An object accelerating with no visible engine isn't just an oddity. It's a direct challenge to what we thought we knew about physics. Are we really supposed to believe that the first few interstellar objects we get a good look at are both record-breaking freaks of nature? At what point does a series of coincidences become a pattern? Is it possible we are missing a key detail in all of this, blinded by our own assumptions about what life in the universe should look like? We expect a radio signal, but maybe they communicate by sending physical artifacts. We expect a spaceship, but maybe they send disguised probes that look like comets. Scientists are already planning missions like Project Lyra, an ambitious plan to launch a high-speed probe that could chase down the next one of these objects to see it up close. But that's decades away, if it happens at all. Right now, all we have is the data, the math, and the AI's unsettling analysis. And the data is telling us a story that's hard to swallow, no matter which way you slice it. Is it all just a series of cosmic flukes? Or are we refusing to see the pattern right in front of our eyes? The gravity ghost. While some scientists look for an intelligent hand guiding 3I/ATLAS, others are exploring a far stranger and more mind-bending possibility: black holes. Not the supermassive monsters at the centers of galaxies, but tiny, ancient primordial black holes forged in the first moments of the universe's existence. Here's the thing. We can't see them. They don't suck in enough material to give off the telltale X-rays we look for. They are the ultimate cosmic ghosts wandering the galaxy, their presence betrayed only by the gravity they exert. A recent theory gaining traction suggests that our corner of the galaxy might be haunted by one of these invisible giants. What if 3I/ATLAS didn't intentionally choose its bizarre path? What if it was slingshotted by a cosmic ghost? Imagine a black hole the size of a bowling ball, but with the mass of a planet lurking in the darkness beyond Neptune. An object like 3I/ATLAS, coasting in from interstellar space, could have had a close encounter with this invisible object millions of years ago. The black hole's immense gravity would have acted like a cosmic slingshot, grabbing the comet and flinging it onto its current, highly improbable trajectory through our solar system. This gravity ghost theory solves a lot of problems. It explains the statistically impossible path without needing to invoke alien intelligence. It accounts for the object's precise alignment with our solar system's plane and its grand tour of the planets. It would be a 1 in a trillion cosmic coincidence, but a natural one.
But here's the unsettling part. If this theory is correct, it means there's an unseen massive object lurking in the outer darkness of our own solar system. We can't see it, but we can see its effects. It would subtly tug on the orbits of our outermost planets. In fact, some astronomers believe a primordial black hole is a better explanation for the strange, clustered orbits of objects in the Kuiper Belt than the long-theorized Planet 9. Planet 9 is supposed to be a massive, distant planet, but years of searching have turned up nothing. A small black hole would have the same gravitational effect, but be almost impossible to spot.
This idea completely changes the game. The mystery of 3I/ATLAS could be a clue to an even bigger discovery right in our backyard. Are we on the verge of finding the first evidence of these ancient relics from the dawn of time? And if there is one out there, are there more? The journey of this interstellar visitor may not be a message from aliens, but it might be pointing the way to one of the most elusive and fundamental objects in the entire universe.
What do you think is hiding beneath the icy surface of 3I/ATLAS? Let us know your wildest theories below. And if this cosmic mystery blew your mind, don't forget to like and subscribe.